Action.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 40th edition. Yes, that's 40 of the Hometown Musician Spotlight. And for the 40th edition, I found another 40-year-old to share the stage with me.
How you doing?
We're lying. I have Tony Barr with me of Extinction Earth, and we're coming to you from Eat, by the way, in Hammond, owned by Ray Garcia, who many of you know from other restaurants famous to Hammond here, El Taco Real. Everybody knows that one. So, and thank you, Ray, for letting us share your space right here for this interview. And Tony, tell us about, first of all, before we get into your musical genealogy, tell us about your album release, which happened right here at Eat. It was just about 10 days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, March 14th.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we recorded this record, and it's called Disclosure. And Ray was gracious enough to have us here. He supports all original music, so that's a big plus. So we released it on March 14th, had a very successful show. We have 6 songs on here on this record, and yeah, it's a good record, and you should get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we released it here and had a great show, like I said. And now our next stop will be on this tour, Reggie's, May 1st for the Legions of Metal.
Wow, that's a multi-band
Oh, yeah,
deal,
these are
isn't it?
bands from all around the country and the United States. And, yeah, we were lucky enough to get on that.
Yeah.
So this record is our newest release. So
Yeah.
we're very proud of it.
Yeah, you know, and since I've seen you perform before, both drums and more recently on vocals. So, but since if this is a very rare occasion where I've done an interview and I haven't yet seen the band.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to put you under the microscope.
Okay.
So to say, let me know who else is in the band.
Well, we have Jason Mahalik, lead guitar. I'm sure you heard of him.
Are you kidding me? The guy from Convoy?
No, he's from Beyond the Wrath.
Beyond the Wrath.
And
Excuse me,
Anthrax tribute band,
Convoy opened up for
Among
Beyond
the
the Wrath.
Living.
Yeah, that guy
And,
can play.
Oh yeah, he played on the record. Then I have my buddy Jason Hino. He's a local.
Any relation to Johnny Hino?
Yes, that's his brother.
Oh,
So
great
he's
people.
a local Northwest Indiana musician. He's been with me since the beginning. So has Jason Mahalik.
Yeah.
And we had a couple different drummers, but now I have my friend Osville Cisneros helping me out on drums. He's
a local guy too?
He's from the East Side.
Yeah.
He's from extreme metal band Beheading the Icon. Because on this record, I played drums on this one as well. So I can't do both. So,
Yeah.
so I have this one with me, and he plays live.
Yeah.
And they're the live band.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So let's go back to your early days. You know, when you were growing up. We grew up. Where'd you grow up, and where you born?
I grew up in South Deering on 109th Street. Then I moved to the Trumbull Park Housing Project for my early years.
Yeah, 2 miles from me, so we're in the same hood.
I grew up there, and then I grew up with a single mom, so we kind of had to move around a lot.
Yeah.
I moved to East Side, South Chicago, Hegwish, all over. So I've pretty much been around this part of town.
Was the drums the first thing you picked up, and how did you start playing some music?
Well, my sister's boyfriend kind of started me out. He was a funk musician.
Yeah.
I always loved music, but he was like the first one to actually get me on the set. So I started doing that for years. I made a lot of records playing drums.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, I've been doing it for a while.
Now, your singing is pretty good too. At this point, you know, what has your heart more, the singing or the drums, or is there something else, another aspect about the business?
Well, I've always, in every band I've been in, I pretty much wrote a lot of the lyrics and background singing. So when I had the opportunity to do this inception of this band started in 2015.
Okay.
So we got that going in 2015, and it's been a journey.
Yeah.
Like, people's lives have changed. You know, they have good jobs and they couldn't stick it out. So I kept going because this is my baby, and I'm here to on my second record, about to do another one after this.
Are you the primary songwriter, or is somebody other? Yeah. Are
the lyricist, primary song, not all so much with the music, but I did collaborate with Jason Mahalik and Jason Hino on 3 of the songs for this record. We wrote from the ground up. The other 3, I had demos, but I let them put their stamp on it.
Yes.
You know, so they revised it from the demos. And
do you have a favorite time where you creatively, for songwriting that is there, what's your best breeding ground for songwriting?
Like anywhere after 3 in the morning is when the creativity comes, when I'm by myself, just after the whole day's wound down and I start getting the ideas. A lot of the times we will write the music first because we'll get together with me on the drums and we'll create the music. Then I'll record that and go back with my headphones and listen and get the words going. And that becomes the nucleus of the songs.
Well, you know, so for somebody that is just going to see Extinction Earth for the first time, what do you want them to feel at the end of a show? How do you want them to leave? What should they be feeling? What should they expect, number one? And then what do you hope they feel at the end?
Well, what they can expect is definitely some high energy musicianship.
Yes.
That's for sure. And a lot of different subject matters in the songs. And I think I would hope they come away with an experience that, wow, these guys were pretty fucking good and different. Sorry for swearing. I know it's a family show.
No, it's okay. No,
but
I get to mark it, not for kids when I put it on YouTube.
Okay, after they leave, I'm sure they will, hopefully they'll be happy with the performance because we put a lot of time and energy into the performance. And, I try to keep that to the highest level I can get it.
So you mentioned Jason since 2015. Of you 5, who were the first 2, let's say, that ever collaborated?
He hasn't been with. He came in later. Jason Mahalik, Jason Hino. Well, no, he came in later too. It was the first guitar player we started in 2015 was with Jeff West. He was my guitar player in a previous band where we recorded albums and toured to Germany. And then once that ended and we fizzled out with that, we went as far as it could go, we started writing songs together, drumming. And we looked for singers and we tried out a bunch of people. It wasn't really working too good. So he was able to record the stuff. He was really smart with that. So I played the drums and we recorded the instrumentation and I started doing that. And after that, I was like, well, there it is, man. I'm just going to step up to the front and let's do it.
You saw the opportunity and you
definitely... I've always wanted to do that, by the way.
Isn't it amazing how sometimes at the right moment, the right time will just come up and the light bulb or whatever goes on. It's like, you know what? I'm going for this.
Yeah. I was happy. This is where my heart's at now.
Was there a point very early, going back a little bit in time, was there a point where one person might have believed in you when you needed it most, or any person gave you a break? You mentioned going to Germany. Maybe you can lead up to how you guys ended up in Germany.
Well, it was our former manager, Jerry Parsley. He was like plugged into that network with the German people. And we just financed our own record and sent it to Hellion Records in Germany, and they signed us. So then next thing you know, we were on tour. That was 2005, but they couldn't, it was like not a major label, but big for out there. So we didn't really have any money to come out of it. We had to pay for it ourselves. But it was a great experience because we got to play for like 5,000 people. And they promoted the record really good. And after that, when we came back, we kept trying to make records, and people's lives got getting older and trying to get in the way. So we made one more record. And after that, then that was just the end of that project. I don't feel I need to mention the name to that band.
What was the greatest thing you learned from at least going out on tour for that time? Was there any one thing that you brought back either spiritually or musically from leaving the country?
I know that the German people, they're more into the arts. You know, they knew all the songs and everything. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like a rock star.
Yeah.
You know, playing 5,000 people. I've never done that before, and they knew all the words. And I would like to get back there again.
Yeah.
If I could, you know, but. Hopefully that'll happen.
Yeah, you know, I've often wondered, and I'm not the cynical person, but I've often wondered, you know, the future of rock and roll, and not just the players, but the the audience, the people like us that are going to go out there and spend money at venues like this. So, what are you seeing in your audience? The faces in your audience. Are you seeing a nice mix? Are you seeing a bunch of Gen Xers and baby boomers, as well as I don't even know what you call below Gen X and stuff, but.
Yeah, I see a lot of, like, from our social media, we're getting like a wide range. It could be anywhere from 15 to 70.
Yes.
You know, so, I mean, we'll have to see where that goes, man. I mean, it's pretty, you know, I'm like hopeful, you know, with the, I'm looking, I can't find the word, but, you know, hopeful that, you know, it'll keep growing, you know, the wide range of ages. Because to me right now, nothing against my friends in tribute band, but it's just too much for me. I want to, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to play here, because Ray focuses on giving original bands the chance to do their art.
And not to mention, you mentioned something critical a minute. You said 15-year-olds. And am I correct, Ray? Your shows are all ages? Right. So now Ray is giving the chance to young people come in here and see a band like yourself, which, you know, is golden.
It's golden, man, because you can't go, you know, to a bar, you know, leaves that whole generation out. You can come here and it starts early and it ends fairly early. So, I mean, compared to starting at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, I'm getting home 5 o'clock in the morning. This is just great, man.
Well, we're going to talk for a few minutes more about EAT right here. And again, once again, Ray Garcia is one of the big proponents of live, local, and original music, mainly, like Tony just said. And so we do have a few shows coming up here. He's already hosted Tony's record release, James Guetta's record, a number of record releases. But the next one up the pike is going to be James Guetta and the Big Breakfast. He will be playing here on April 8th. And then on April 25th, and you can't miss this one, if you're a local music fan and you really want to support, on April 25th, Saturday, you need to come out to Greenstock. It's about $20. You're going to see about 9 bands. You're going to see some very exuberant young people doing what they do best. And then on May 2nd, a band that I've seen many times and I've interviewed, and these are great guys and they really bring the power. We're talking about the Hendrix Effect. And if you want to look way ahead on the calendar in November, one of my favorite bands, the best band you've never seen before, the Nomad Planets. So mark your calendars, make it a point to get out to eat in Hammond. So Tony, how did you meet Ray? How did you first?
I came down the block and I seen cars here. I could never like get in at the same time, but I just basically walked in and I gave him a CD and he gave me his number. He said to get back with him. It took a little bit, you know, to like link up, but then we finally were able to get that going. And that happened.
Yeah, great turnout that night.
Oh yeah, we had a great turnout. It was very successful.
So there was 2 other bands on your bill, if you care to mention that.
Yeah, they were Fierce Atmospheres and Legacy Black, and they both did great. It was a really good night.
Yeah, were those guys that you knew from previously or collaborated with?
Yeah, they're friends of mine from the original music scene around here.
Yeah. You know, what do you prefer? You know, I'm assuming you've performed live outdoors as well as indoors. Assuming. Indoors, outdoors, do you have a preference?
Well, no, I don't have a preference. That's a trick question. That's like thin crust or thick crust pizza.
You're not going to throw me into that one.
No, yeah. I like the indoors too because of the lights, and outdoors is cool too, but I think indoors probably I would have to say.
What were those 2 songs I saw you guest sing? You might have been with Fatal Order at J.J. Kelly's. They brought you up with Ozzy?
No, it was Judas Priest.
Okay.
I did, one time I did Electric Eye and then Diamonds and Rust.
Yeah.
Those guys are my friends for like 30 years.
Yeah,
huh?
I've interviewed them, and great guys, and Bobby's, my classmate in high school. So
Great guy.
Yeah.
Love
Oh my
Bobby
gosh,
L.
love Bobby's badass.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. If you had a favorite album, what would be your favorite metal album, whatever? Your favorite album?
My favorite album is Grand Illusion by Styx. That's my favorite band.
Yeah.
I've actually recorded at Punkin Studios with previous projects with Gary Loizo, and I miss him, man. He passed away like a couple years back, 2-3 years ago, maybe longer. But Styx is my all-time favorite band. Dennis DeYoung, Tommy and James, top singers.
Man, yeah. When you think about Chicago legends, and there's so many out here, and upcoming too. We're mired in this beautiful, thing of music we have here. So if you were to talk about what it takes to keep your voice, as a singer, what is it? What do you got to do to keep your voice intact?
Basically, you got to be for myself personally. I try to stay, don't smoke, don't drink alcohol, and sleep. Without sleep, I don't sing too good.
You are the second interview in the last 3 where the singer said the exact same three things in the exact same order. So singers, young singers, say that one more time, Tony.
No alcohol, no smoking, and get your sleep.
Yes, there you go.
That works for me. I don't know about anybody else.
Well, if I've heard it twice in 3 interviews, then I think so. And I've asked Ronnie Monroe the same question. He pretty much had a similar answer. So, but is there anyone, so of all the years and all your original music, is there any one song that your fans, the fans that follow you closely, is there one most requested song by any chance, or one that people want to hear? Or
off the first record, it's probably got to be Not Alone.
Okay.
So that's off the one of the songs, the very first one off that record.
Yeah.
And everybody seems to click with that one.
Yeah. What's your inspiration, and you got any background on that song?
The inspiration is I'm into UFOs. And everybody knows that who knows me. I was seeing UFOs since I was young. So that's my inspiration, because I believe we're living in a special time in the history of humanity where we will know like the true origins of the human species, because it's coming out now. Before, people used to say, oh man, you're high or whatever. Now it's more mainstream. There's people in incredible positions that are coming out and talking about this. So that's where I believe it's heading, and that's where that music of Disclosure is about about the government cover-up of UFOs and what they call UAPs now. And I believe that's where we're going. I believe that we're in the next couple of years, if not sooner, we're going to know a lot more.
Yeah. Would you consider that your personal favorite song either, too? Or is there another song that is near and dear to you?
Well, my personal favorite off the first record is the very first song I wrote. It's called Calling My Name. It's about somebody who's passed on, and you believe that they're still with you. You can feel them around you.
Yeah.
But I've read a lot of songs about spirituality and life, and of course UFOs. I'm into that big time.
Yeah. Other than the bands, and we're living in this beautiful moment right now of your new album and everything, but as you look at your ladder of musical aspirations, is there another rung up there that you still want to reach for in this business, or either with the band or personally? Yeah,
I'd love to start like some type of small record label and even a recording studio to help other people that I didn't have the opportunity to do.
Yes.
I'd like to keep helping like Ray does.
Yeah.
He helps the band's original get the arts on. That's what I'd like to do.
Well, I've talked to a number of other musicians that feel that same way, and I got a feeling we're going to get this done one day with all the people's help. We're gonna get
that would
this
be
done.
Excellent.
So I got a couple of fun questions. I always like to ask a couple of hypothetical questions just to lighten it up and stuff. So if there was one venue in the whole world, whether that venue still exists or not, that you've never played in, and you would just die to be on that stage, indoor or outdoor, what would that be?
Does it exist now? Even
it could be a place. It could be a club that no longer like on a Sunset Strip. It's no, whatever.
Oh man, I'd love to play fucking like the Tinley Park Center. That would be great.
Yeah,
I've stood on that stage before.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could imagine that.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, really cool. And then the other kind of fun question is, if you could switch places with another singer, musician for a whole weekend, you could actually live their life on stage and off stage for a whole weekend, or at the very least, nudge somebody out of a band and at least take that band member's place for a whole weekend, so to say. What would be your scenario that you would?
Probably Dream Theater.
Okay.
James LeBray, because I'm a big fan of that music. So I would probably push him to the side for a minute and let me go up there, and I know all the songs. So.
I think there's another guest I had that said Dream Theater. It might have been Alan Fraley from Salamander Drake. But anyway, I've actually got that response before too. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we're getting pretty close to the end of the interview, and let's talk one more time about some of your upcoming shows and how people can follow Extinction Earth.
The next upcoming show, like I said, is at Reggie's May 2nd for the Legions of Metal. And it's a Friday, so we'll probably start about 7 something. Mm-hmm. We're closer to the ending of it, like 7 something. And how they can follow us is on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Mm-hmm. We're on those 3 social media platforms, and we're working on our regular website, but that's under construction right now. So, you can find us on all those platforms.
Sounds great. Well, Tony, I want to thank you a bunch.
Thank you for having me.
Especially an old neighborhood guy, and I've met a few, Gabe Anthony, and so many people that were right from our own little neighborhood that I just never realized, but I do want to thank you again for joining me. I want to thank Ray Garcia, especially for allowing us to come into his beautiful establishment. And that is going to wrap it up for the 40th edition of this Hometown Musician Spotlight. And until next time, peace, everybody.
Thank you.